So contract is part of the outline agreement.
Mm.
So contract and scheduling agreements are the part of outline agreement. So contract and scheduling agreement both are kind of an agreement which are used for long-term agreement with the vendor to need to have negotiated terms and conditions and a long-term agreed prices which will be available. And also we have some agreed terms and conditions which are specified and agreed with the vendor and the purchaser. So
Okay.
those are, that is contract and scheduling agreement definition. So whenever the contract is available, we need the contract lease order, or that is also called as a purchase order, which reference to the contract. Okay. So scheduling agreement we'll see that is also coming as a separate chapter. So this is the definition what they're giving, what is contract or outline agreement. So in the contract we use contract lease order, scheduling agreement we use a delivery schedule to communicate with the vendor what is the requirement and what date they need to specify, because generally contract and scheduling agreement will not have the delivery dates. Okay, we need to communicate either in the contract lease order or in the schedule lines. Okay, the difference between the contract and the scheduling agreement. So these are the main differences. So volume of documents. In case of contract, we need to, every time if we need something, we need to create a PO against
Mm.
contract.
Mm.
Okay, and we can specify in during MRP, we can specify that contract as the this one as a source in the PR, but we cannot convert that into directly in the PO. So PO, we need to have another step. So these are the two differences. But in case of scheduling agreement, there won't be any the extra document. We need to every time no need to create it. We just add it in the same delivery schedule and we just send it to vendor.
Mm.
And also during MRP, it directly generates a schedule lines. No need to create another PO. Case of
Okay.
scheduling agreement. Those are the two differences between contract and scheduling agreement. Okay. Sometimes they give that options and they will select as to what is the correct options between both, advantages between both of them. So these are the apps which are available to create contract and scheduling agreement, manage contract, manage purchase scheduling agreement, create purchase contract, change purchase contract, display purchase contract apps. These are equals to the create, change, and display in ME 31K, 32K, and 33K transactions. Similarly for scheduling agreement, create scheduling agreement, change, and display. So these are the transaction codes. ME 31K, 32K, 33K for contract creation, change, and display. So this is ME 31L, 32L, 33L for scheduling agreement create, change, and display.
Okay.
Okay. So contracts we can create with reference to requisition and outline agreement, means with reference to other contract also we can create with reference to RFQ. Okay, so these are the ways, or we can create using a app or transaction code. This is how the contract will be created. We can also use item category and account item category. Those both are allowed in the contract creation. Okay, we can also use item with material or without material also in the item level. That is allowed at the contracts. So contract list documentation is the documentation which is
Approval
available in the
process.
contract. Whatever
Mm.
the contracts, reference to contracts, the POs or release has been done for the contract, the purchase order history will be available with the what quantity, what value, what date that PO has been created. So those details will be available. Along with it, we can also see the whatever the value or the quantity which is available in the contract that is within the limit, how much is consumed, those details also we can see in the release documentation. So this is the release documentation. Okay, it gives us the complete history with all the details of the date, quantity, and the PO numbers.
Okay.
So we have quantity and value contract. So over deliveries and under deliveries for contract release orders are only included in the release documentation if you set the update to by delivery quantity using a custom transaction OMXS. Okay. Okay. So over delivery under delivery also it will show up in case if I do this customizing settings. Otherwise, as a standard, this won't be available over and under delivery in the
Mm.
release documentation. Okay. That's what they are saying.
We can do that in the PO also, no?
Yeah, PO that is already visible as a standard, but here
Mm.
they are saying in the release documentation it won't show up.
Okay.
If you want to show this settings, customizing settings, update by delivery quantity, then only it will show up.
Mm.
Okay, whether release documentation is updated with reference to target value or contract or target quantity, each individual depends on the agreement type used. So yeah, correct. So it based on the agreement type, it will show up the target value or target quantity. Okay. So contract types, we know we have quantity contract and value contract. So quantity contract is a contract wherein it has the specified uh, value, agreed specified value. So within the validity period, that value we need to utilize it. Okay, that is the value contract wherein that value will be specified and the delivery date or agreement date will be there. Validity start and end.
Okay.
Accordingly, it will get expired. Once the either value is consumed, it will be expired, or it is validity period is end, it will be expired. But in case of quantity contract, we specify the target quantity wherein if the quantity is ordered, whatever we mentioned, so then the contract will be it will be like it's a expired contract. Okay, that is the contract. So we have this centrally agreed contract. Okay, so this centrally agreed contract is agreement. It is similar to the normal contract only. Here, generally, some organization will have a different purchase org. So some
Okay.
one purchase org they may be considered as a central purchase org. So any
Mm.
contract which are created for that purchase org, okay, central purchase org, that is called as a central contract. Okay,
Okay.
so that that central purchase org, whatever the price or whatever the quantity they get it from other purchase org, the requirement.
Mm.
So they will always better to have the good negotiation and good conditions which are getting from the vendor because of a larger amount of quantity they are going to buy using the
Mm.
same contract number. Okay, that is the advantage of central contract. Okay, centrally agreed contract. So in the centrally agreed contract, as I told, there won't be any plant mentioned because that is at the purchase org level, central purchase org level. So whenever they specify the plant, the price will vary according to the plant distance between the vendor where they need to supply the material, right? So in this case, the price of the material will be same, but only the shipping cost between
Mm.
the vendor to the plant that will
Mm.
vary based on the location and the distance.
Okay.
Okay, except that the price whatever negotiated that they use with from the central agreed contract only. Okay, that is the advantage of central agreed contract. Contract can be created from the central purchase organization. Okay, so do not check whether purchase organization creates. Okay, yeah. So as it is created with the central purchaser, we can also use it for other purchaser to use the same contract. That is allowed. Okay. So now the release. Yeah. So in that case, if that should be allowed means we need to assign the central purchase org as a reference purchase org to our purchase org. Then only it will allow. Okay. If you want to release the order from the contract, central contract, the central purchase org of the releasing purchase org must be assigned as a reference purchase org.
Okay.
Okay, then only it will allow. So that's why we have this assignment of non purchase org to reference purchase org. This one is there in the org level. Okay, that is because of this. This is where it is required. So this is plant conditions in centrally agreed contracts. Okay, as there is no plant specified, we can also specify the plant at which the yeah. So each plant level also we can maintain the prices. Okay, in the central contract. So each plant you can see the one this plant they are maintaining the price. Okay, the other plant they are maintaining the price. If they want, they can also maintain different prices. That is allowed.
Mm.
So this is where they can enter the plant conditions. In the create screen, they have to check the edit option
Mm.
and there will be plant conditions. Options will be there. If you select that, they can maintain the data at plant level. Central contracts using procurement tab. Yeah. So this central procurement is nothing but this is actually a central procurement itself is a separate this one. The options will be available in SAP S4HANA. So here what they will do, consider the one organization will be having different SAP systems. They're having S4HANA, they're having SAP ERP, and they have other ERP systems also. Okay, in that case, they can use one ERP as a central hub. Okay, from where they can do they can get the requirement from the all other systems, and they can create a central requisition, and they can create a central purchase order, and they can create a central contract. Okay, so that options that is available in the this one S4HANA, that is called a central procurement. Okay, this is just a
Okay.
concept. Okay, central procurement is it's a separate this one actually. Okay, the kind of a concept which is available in S4HANA. If they want to use it, they have to activate here. This is only possible only if they are using different ERP system of a SAP. Then only this will be allowed for them to activate and they can utilize this functionality.
Okay.
Okay,
And
this
this
is
is
just a
only possible
concept.
in Ariba.
Yes, no, SAP is for HANA. Consider
Mm.
maybe if they have a big client,
Mm.
consider they may be using SAP S4HANA only in US region. Still,
Okay.
maybe in the Asia Pacific or maybe in the Australia, they
Mm.
may be using only still SAP ECC.
Mm.
Okay, then they consider SAP S4HANA as central procurement hub.
Okay.
Okay, they get all the requirement from other ERP system and they create central contract. With reference to central contract, they create a central requisition, central PO, so that
Mm.
so the managing the data and managing the applications is easy in case of central procurement. That's what they are using. This is still a concept which is there. Not this will not be used by most of the customers. Okay, but
Mm.
this options is available for them to activate and they can use one ERP as a central ERP. Okay, that is called
Okay.
a central procurement. That's the concept.
Okay.
So if they want, they can activate here in this case. They have to give as a one ERP as a central this one hub. They cannot give everything as a central hub. Okay, maybe if they are activated some cloud system, they can use the cloud as a central hub. Okay, let them get the other details from the other system, and they can maintain the data in one system like that. So yeah, so this is what they have explained here. Okay, so the central purchase contracts are created. So in SAP S4HANA. So in now SAP S4HANA, they've activated as a central hub, which acts as a hub system and distributed to the connector system like SAP ERP, SAP S4HANA Cloud, or SAP S4HANA. Okay, to the other system like that. So these are the functionalities which are available in the central hub, central
Mm.
requisitioning, purchasing, and sourcing. So sourcing, I think they use this, yeah, as you told here, they are given some Ariba option, right? Ariba network.
Mm.
Where it is. Yeah, this Ariba solution like guided buying. So the guided buying Ariba means this is the guide the user. Okay, well, it is almost similar to the catalog buying. In catalog we used, right? This is
Mm.
same functionality which was there in guided buying. Same functionality which have brought in S4HANA as a this one self-service procurement.
Okay.
Almost both are same. In Ariba it is called as a guided buying. S4HANA they change the name into self-service procurement. Okay, so that user don't have to have any knowledge on that, so they can easily do the transaction. That's why it is called guided buying. So
Okay.
sourcing means they can do it using this Ariba sourcing, Ariba network. So now it is called as in SAP S4HANA, it is called as a business network. Earlier it was an Ariba network. Now they change the name into business network. So they can find different suppliers, different parties who supplies what. Okay, so they can get the quotation, they can select it, and they can use it in a PRPO. That's a separate thing actually in Ariba and this one sourcing. Create a centrally agreed contract and issue release order. Yeah. So now we are creating the contract only, but this we are creating a one specific central purchase org. Only for that purchase org we are creating a contract. So this is central purchase org C100,
Mm.
so that we can use this for other purchase org to use it only when we need to create as a reference this purchase org to that purchase org. Then only it will be allowed. So now we're creating a quantity contract MK. So in the additional data, so you can enter plant delivery time, price. This is the price date category. In info record, I told right, we have a price date category to select. During delivery date, it has to pick the day price at the time. Okay. So during delivery date, what price is there? It will select directly from the contract. Similarly, the info record also same thing. Okay. The field is same, but they are used in different documents. Price date category.
Okay.
So here entering the validity in start and end for the conditions. So two different validity periods, they are entering two prices. So they are creating a PO with reference to contract.
Mm.
So now because you are entering the purchase order, because that is created for central purchase order, not for 101C. So we are entering the purchase org here.
So the date will be validated with respect to the PO date with the contract validity date, right?
PO date with correct.
Or the delivery date.
I think it will be delivery date.
Okay.
Delivery date, yeah, not the PO date. So same material, we are buying it for different plants.
Hmm.
No, because of the delivery date, right? Because
Hmm.
they maintain two different dates. For one delivery date, you can see it is 2,800
Hmm.
euro. So other delivery date is 2,900 euro. Okay, because of delivery date changes, the price is changed based on the conditions in the contract.
Hmm.
This is they're just checking the supplier, what is the value has been used, value or the quantity against the contract
Hmm.
or at least. So contract monitoring, this is
ME3N.
we can monitor, yeah, whether the value is exceeding or how much value we consumed, how much quantity we consumed against that contract,
Hmm.
and what is the start date, end date, whether it's getting expired. Those reports we can get it. Okay, that is the report what we have in SAP GUI. Okay, we can select different parameters accordingly. It will show us the data. Okay, so that is the standard report which is available in ECC also. This one. And these are some of the analytical apps which are available in S4HANA. This we have seen during that report, analytical in SAP S4HANA overview we have seen, right? Their off contract spend, unused contract. Those
Hmm.
are some of the apps which are available, right? Same apps are showing here. Off contract spend,
Okay.
unused contract, contract leakage, value contract, okay, quantity contract consumption. So these are some of the analytical apps which are available for the contract monitoring. Half contract spend. So this is the contract. Even the contract is there, they are spending without using the contract. Okay, for the
Hmm.
procurement. These are unused contracts. So even though contracts are there, they are not utilizing it. Contract expiry. This shows us the when how many contracts are expiring for which vendor that we can see it. It's contract leakage. So this is where the
Maybe if you
even the
had
contract
contract, you procure without any contract.
uh, right, that is contract leakage. This value contract consumption. This is to identify the how much value is already consumed against the contract. This is similar to the quantity. Okay, this is manage purchase contract item. This shows at the overall level. This shows at the item level. The
Hmm.
the details. These are some of the SAP GUI reports which are available. General valuation ME80RN transaction code. ME3L outline agreement per vendor. This is the report. ME3M per material is the report. Outline agreement by material group. This is the report. ME3C and conditions by contract. MEKB.
Okay.
So these are the apps: manage purchase contract items to create, change, display contract.